Okay, well, I'm really excited about week two. Definitely excited about being a home opener for us after, uh, you know, a road test for us going back east. Fortunate that we were able to come with a win, and really fortunate of the things that we can learn from it, and that we got to play the game after the delay. But I'm looking forward to getting some things done and some improvements done this week. We're really excited about the opportunity to play against Baylor, and we're familiar with them. Really, really good team. Obviously ranked, and they're the standard for the Big 12. They're the champs. They're the conference champs, and we get to have them here in Provo. Really excited for that game, and excited to see how we match up from our game against them last year to now. So I know the guys are really excited about this opportunity, and there's a lot of connections that we have with that program. But I think Dave Aranda does an amazing job running a football program, and as a coach, as a mentor. And he's got a great mind, and I like him. He's a friend of mine. So we've done a lot of back in the day. We've done a lot of you know basically professional development, working together, and not so much now because we're both head coaches and playing against each other. But tons of respect for him, and admire him as a person, and definitely him as a coach too. So I'm really excited about the matchup. He has some guys on the staff that we know really well, that I feel really close to, and Jeff Grimes and Eric Mateos, and those guys will always be my friends, and I always love them. But this is a game that we're excited about, just to get on the field and play, and be at home, and we'll see how we match up against the conference champs. Really impressed with what I've seen so far from them last year, even going into this week one. Impressed with their defense. I think Ron Roberts does a great job running that defense. Obviously, Dave Aranda has a presence in the defense and on the offensive special teams. That's what head coaches do. But I think that group, they run really well as far as their schemes. Fundamentally sound. The offense is going to be strong. I know Grimy will always have them ready. The strength, you can see it up front. O-line is really, really tough and strong, so it'll be a good matchup for our guys. I think it'll be a good matchup for our O-line and our D-line in the trenches. So they have tons of athleticism and speed to complement what they have up front on defense and on offense, and we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about the environment. Our fans are going to do a great job cheering us on, and looking forward to it. So I'll take any questions you guys have, but this is they're the standard. They're the champs, and we want to see how we match up against them.
Kalani, I wanted to ask about two games that you got to draw from. First of all, what do you learn from USF that you want to translate to this Saturday? And then what did you learn from the Baylor game last year that needs to translate to this game?
With our game a few days ago, I mean, I think we kind of had a feeling on things that we needed to improve on. Watching the film, there's definitely a lot of missed opportunities. I thought we got a little bit, for us, the fundamentals of the game, I think we could do a lot better. And that's on all three phases. We'll keep working on the technique, and on being better with fundamentals, tackling, blocking, all that stuff. I was impressed, though. If I'm looking at the positive stuff, I thought you could tell we're an experienced group. We had some penalties, but the penalties mostly came on special teams. So that's where we need to clean some stuff up. I was really hard on the kickoff team, but looking back at it, I mean, looking at the scheme, I liked it. We changed some guys up and had some different looks. Got some young guys opportunities on the kickoff team, and I thought our ones did good the first 6 kickoffs. So or 5 or however many it was that the ones are in there. The others need to learn, and I felt like it was a good learning moment for them, good learning moment for all of us, for myself as a coach, and for all our coaches. But some really good positive things that I saw from the game in all three phases, and some missed opportunities for us to make bigger plays on offense, and get some more disruption and make bigger plays on defense, and definitely on special teams, clean some things up. But we'll get that done in starting today and going into this week, and we'll see how much we can get that stuff cleaned up. But from last year's game, Baylor to now, they definitely had a strong presence up front. They're a really tough team. Obviously, look at them. We knew going into it that they were going to be tough, and I know that they have some coaches that are familiar with our team too. So not a lot of surprises there, other than they were really tough and strong up front. We had to play better to hang in there with them, and lost it towards the end. But they're conference champs for a reason, and so hopefully, I've said it before. Sometimes the best lesson, the best teacher is to physically go through the experience. I know our players, especially up front, realized that they needed to change some things, get stronger, and they definitely got it done. So we'll see if it applies to the football field for us on Saturday.
Okay, we'll next take a question from John Warner and then Jay Drew.
Yeah, hi, Coach. Good seeing you. What did you see from young Apu when you were recruiting him back in the day, and what do you see from him now as far as his development?
Well, love that kid. Love his family. We offered him way early, and so when you say what did I see, I saw a guy that was going to be a beast. That reminder when they committed to us first. But really proud of him. I'm really close with his family. And I followed him and try to support him as much as I can. Even though his path didn't come through BYU, it's important that we support it, as many people as we can. Obviously, I won't be supporting him as much as I want on Saturday, but afterwards, he knows. Last year's game, I saw his family and hugged them. We took pictures and just want them to know how much we care about him. But he's a unique individual, tough to prepare for up front, but he's got a great personality and from a great family. So nothing but great things to say about him. And you see what he's doing. He's starting to really, really master his craft, and he's getting a lot of attention for it. But that's because he just does all the hard work, and it's a natural thing for him. But I'm looking at what his coaches have done for him and the way they work the scheme. I think it's really elevating his game, and he's just growing up. He's a lot more comfortable playing that position. He's always been that way with using his strength, but now you're seeing him be a lot more technical, and with all the fundamentals of the D-line play. I think he's definitely going to be a tough one for us to prepare for.
Thank you.
Hey, Kalani, happy Labor Day. How much do you guys want to, your program, I know you have a lot of admiration for Baylor, for the school and the football program. How much moving into the Big 12 do you want to see this develop into kind of a friendly rivalry?
Well, I don't know. I think for me it's a friendly rivalry. I don't tell fans how to do it. I just want to make our fans happy. But I can tell you, when we were in, when we played at Baylor last year. I thought it was a really cool experience. Obviously, their fans love their team, and so they cheered for the team. But I thought they were respectful, and from what I know from our fans, they had a good time. We were able to just have a moment after the game and had a word of prayer with them afterwards. I think the respect will always be there. There's definitely going to be intense competition, but they're a program that we want to be like. You're looking at the things that they're doing and the resources they have available to them. I think it's a great standard for us to look at it. If we want to compete and be conference champions, we have to prepare like Baylor does, and they have a really good thing going for them, and they're getting a lot of recognition for it. I think for us I think for us it's just trying to find a way to compete with them and make sure that we have our moments too. But the fans on both sides are great. Their fans are good. We have good fans too, and I think there'll always be that intense competition. But I see it as friendly so far. I don't know if there's anybody else that sees it any differently.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say it wasn't friendly, but I just clarify that. Okay.
You're just enjoying your Labor Day time off on the Zoom. I see you're not even on camera, so you're probably in your pajamas still, or you just got back from playing golf.
We'll take questions next from Kevin Reynolds and then John Kuhn.
Kalani would talk scoring 50 points last week. How much do you think of that can translate to a week like Baylor? And what do you think the preparation level of this team is right now hosting a top 10 team?
I feel good about our preparation, and you know, I think we can feel good about some of the points that we put up, but I'm looking at the opportunities that we missed on, you know, and some plays that we wish we could run back again. But there's a lot of things to learn from. We were taking advantage of learning from. That's part of our culture, to learn as much as we can from some of the mistakes that we made, and we were fortunate enough that we made not as many mistakes, and that we capitalized on enough plays where we were able to get a comfortable lead. And then we had a bunch of guys get some reps, some valuable reps that I think is going to help us out with our depth. But you know, I think I hope it carries over. But going against a really really good team and ranked team, and so you know, we got to prepare for. I always say this every week. We have to prepare to play our best. That's what I expect from our players, and hopefully that does happen, and hopefully we get that done throughout the week of preparation.
Kalani, you showed quite a bit of balance on offense in the opener. In the backfield, you got great contributions from Katoa, from Brooks, and from Nakua. How would you rate where you're at in terms of the running game after week one?
Yeah, I like the way the team ran the ball. I look at first ball security, taking care of the football, and then assignment-wise, if we were to stay on our blocks, and I thought it went really well. I like the way A-Rod calls games, man. I think I don't tell him what to do. I just want him to get a good feel for the game, and have him feel comfortable that whatever he can do to put more points on the board, that's all I care about. I like what I saw from our quarterback, and you know, we'll just keep working on everything. But I think, am I answering your question right? Or?
Yeah, just curious.
You just kind of lobbed me a softball there.
Where it's at, if it kind of met your expectations, how you guys performed in the backfield, because you were replacing Tyler, and
yeah,
you were breaking in a new running back to the program.
Yeah, I think maybe you're probably looking at the running game by committee type of deal, right? And I thought the guys did a great job. I don't, you know, Tyler was the guy that got the bulk of the runs last year and the year before, but who knows how this is going to work out, and who's going to be the workhorse for us. Right now, we feel good about a bunch of guys, and then even saw some guys later get some valuable reps. So we'll see how it works. But I know that we have a bunch of depth there, and we have an offensive coordinator that utilizes all his weapons, and so I'm really happy about that.
Okay, we'll have some question now from Mitch, and then Jake.
Kalani, how has your program improved or seen growth since BYU was invited to the Big 12 Conference a year ago?
I think when we got the invite is okay. Looking at the teams in the conference, what can we do with our resources and make sure that we can match up? And that's probably the place that would go to first. That saw new hires, and it's a different game when you get a bunch of guys that you can help out, and it's really become it's basically focus on one thing. We had a bunch of guys on our support staff that are kind of spread thin, and we're doing a lot of different things, and now guys are just mastering their craft. And whether it's recruiting or player personnel, whatever it is, with football operations, you're seeing it work a lot cohesively, you know. And if you're looking at us adding all the different people, that was a big part of how we handled the lightning delay last week. We had a bunch of hands on deck that could figure it out and have some expertise in the area, and gave us feedback and gave us a plan, and away we go. It wasn't left up to me as a head coach to figure all this stuff out. I don't know anything about the weather, you know, and so But we have professionals that get it done, and that's a big part of what needs to happen here. And I'm glad that we're heading that direction. We're trending that way.
Kalani, wanted to ask you, you saw Gary Bohannon last week. He was the quarterback when you guys were played in Waco last year, but Blake Shapen has taken over as the Bears' new quarterback. What do you see are differences between the two of them, if anything?
Well, Shapen's got a live arm. He's got a really strong arm, quick release, very accurate. I think he was accurate last week too. So, but what I've seen and great poise. I mean, they have. I think they're a really good quarterback on their team right now. So I thought Bohannon was really good too. But you're watching him, and I think the thing that stands out the most is that he's got a really strong and accurate arm. And then he's in the backfield. He just looks like a veteran back there, and still young. And so you combine that with a physical, strong O-line, and I think their tight ends don't get mentioned enough. The tight ends are really good at what they do. Big boys that can block and catch the ball. The running backs are very physical, get downhill. But they can also make you miss. And then they have some really athletic and just so much speed at the wide receiving group. So a tough team to deal with. And when you mix that all up with a quarterback that's accurate and has great composure, it becomes a problem. So we have to prepare for their best, and hopefully we can match up against them. I feel good about our team. This will be a great test to see where we're at.
Looks like we might have time for one more question. Jared Lloyd, do you want to have a follow-up?
Yeah, let's just talk a little bit about health. I know there's interest in the wide receivers, of course, with Puka and Gunner. Gabe Summers was helped off. Just wondering how you came out of the USF game health-wise now that we're at Monday.
Yeah, I'll probably know a little bit more later today. Right now can't count anybody out yet, so probably have more for you in the next couple of days. But there's some guys that are questionable. We'll see what happens, and probably have more of an idea tomorrow. Will be the best time to ask that question when the coordinators are available for you guys to talk to. I feel bad leaving Jake Hatch. Can we just let Jake ask a question? Duff, is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're the coach.
Well, I'll decide after he asks the
Jake.
question.
Yeah, just quickly, Kalani, your relationship with Eric Mateos and Jeff Grimes is well chronicled. You brought both of them into BYU to be assistants there. What's your relationship with them now versus what it was when they were on campus?
Oh, still really good. I mean, we keep in touch as much as we can, and I want to know what's going on in their life. Mateos is expecting a newborn, him and his wife, so they're in a few weeks. So I can kind of give him some advice on that one. Having it's been a couple months now that we have our baby, so and then just always interested in what's going on in their lives. When they were working with us, we became really close. This is a close group here. We consider each other family. We spend a lot of time together, and so with Grimey, it's the same thing. I always want to know what's going on with his kids, with his wife and his family. So they're always going to be close friends and family to us, and we just have to play against them. That's all. But a lot of love for those guys.
Coach, thanks a bunch. Appreciate you joining us today.
All right, guys. Thanks.